And now we're going to imagine once again. And here we are into the world of generative AI. No conference would be complete without talking about AI. And for this, what we'd like to talk about, right, is the idea that AI brings in a whole set of new choices you want to be considering. You want to be thinking about choice on the underlying infrastructure, about choice of GPUs, for example, or even CPUs with acceleration. Start thinking about now LLMs. How do I get access to the LLMs of choice? And even start thinking about now that may bring in containerization into your on-prem environment that has been likely in the public cloud up till now. So how do you bring all of this together? It can appear to be complex. And what we're going to talk about today is how we can build on the Nutanix cloud infrastructure, on our Kubernetes platform, and common data services, and at the top layer, introduce something called the Nutanix Enterprise AI. This is a really interesting opportunity to think about how we're going to reduce the complexity of generative AI, similar to how we reduce the complexity of storage or infrastructure or containers. And to talk more about this, I'm delighted to bring to the stage our CTO, Manoj Bhattacharya.
Thank you, Lee.
Yeah, here we go.
Wow, good morning. Thank you. If you look at 2024, right, there was a massive growth of AI applications.
Right.
But if you look at the type of applications, they were pretty simple. Mostly chatbots, document search, and
I'm going to walk off so you can get done. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know my mic wasn't working. But most of the apps that were there was simple. Like, it was document search and summarization. You would have chatbots. And what we built with NAI was something that you could easily use LLMs. That means you could deploy LLMs from Hugging Face or NVIDIA with a single click. You could share these LLMs across multiple applications. And finally, you could get a predictable cost for these LLMs by paying for infrastructure and not for tokens. Remember, majority of the AI applications today are stumbling because the token cost is exploding. And I think in 2025, it will actually explode further, because now we are entering the age of agents. With Agentic AI, you need many, many models, not just one. You will need reasoning models. You will need re-ranking models, guard models, all these different types of models. And they have to also have the ability to take actions. So with 2025, what we have done with NAI is the ability to take actions, so you can have models which will make decisions and take actions on an environmental change. So imagine an agent which is looking at your environment, seeing an anomaly, and then taking action against it. But I think what is more interesting with NAI, it is not just a product for our customers. It is a product that we can internalize inside Nutanix itself. And I think what will happen more and more as we see into the Nutanix interface is that we are evolving. And I've been in Nutanix, I'll be closing in on 14 years, an old soul here. But if you see the growth, we started off pretty much being a UI-first company. Our whole focus was being the iPhone of the enterprise. But as we scaled, we made sure we were an API-first company. Not that we gave up on UI. UI is still a very big focus for us. But API was front and center. We made sure that our API was consistent with RBAC, all of the security requirements that was there. That's what we started with V4. So that now you could actually automate with SDKs, with self-service, with all of the third-party tools like Terraform and Ansible. But what we are looking for the future is that with NAI and all these APIs, we can create agents. We will have agents for NCP. We will have agents for NDK, and our NDB. All our products will have their agents. And wouldn't it be nice that these agents now monitor Nutanix for you? These agents take action for you. That is the world autonomous data centers are all about. And NAI will enable all of this. And if you look at the data side of things, we are at heart a data company. And I think the best part of it is that we can run everywhere. Now, if you look at your data spectrum, data is getting generated in the edge, in your data centers, in the cloud. Now, what if we could take our AI to data instead of data going to AI? If you had all of your AI applications running in the cloud, the only thing you could do is move all this data to the cloud. That's very expensive. You need enormous amount of bandwidth to do this. But if you could have your NKP and NAI run at the edge on bare metal servers, it could run on hypervisors in your data center and pure cloud native in the public clouds, you would have taken AI to where your data is. That is what will give us tremendous amount of efficiency, tremendous amount of consistency of managing your data across all the different locations from the edge to the public cloud. And I think we can do even better with NUS. And I like this because NUS is not an appliance. NUS is a software application. So is NAI. Both of them can run on the same commodity servers. The commodity servers which can have GPUs in them, so that you can actually get your AI as close to the data as possible. Imagine if you could do your embeddings, your agentic frameworks, right on the storage servers. Wouldn't it be nice if our storage automatically became smart? And to show some of these agents, let's join Ashwini Vasant on the stage. Thanks, Ashwini. So we talked a little bit about NCM. We talked a little bit about AI together. What would NCM and NAI look together?
I'm glad you asked. So welcome to NCM AI Assistant. It's an agentic interface to NCM, and it's actually going to be useful to bring up infrastructure and monitor it. So what should we bring up, Manu?
Why not bring up a vector DB? You know, when agents will need to summarize their data just like as we do.
I am a mind reader. I knew you were going to ask that. No hints from your database background, by the way. But what we asked the agent right now, and I copy-pasted it because I didn't want to see all, witness my typing skills. So this is basically asking for the NDB managed PG vector to be brought up.
Awesome.
And this is what the agent did. It basically said, let me bring up a runbook.
Awesome.
And we see the runbook in operation over here.
But it has something else, right? It's not just created the runbook. What is it?
You have a key now, Manu. So the agent is also telling us that we should consider monitoring this and taking a self-healing action if something goes wrong.
Okay.
Should we try it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, let's look at the playbook.
Yeah, so it's created a playbook for us, and it's named it Self-Heal Playbook, just so we don't get confused. But let's see what the playbook does. The playbook is monitoring for alerts on the utilization of the VM that we asked it to bring up. And it says that if the utilization goes up, it's going to automatically add a CPU to the VM.
That's really nice. So it is actually taking action on creating a PG vector, and as well as actually taking some sort of action. In case things go bad, it can actually take some autonomous actions too. So let's keep the PG vector. We'll do more agentic stuff on it. How about with NUS? Let us give you some examples on what agentic use cases we can solve directly on NUS. Like Nutanix, many of you are probably global companies. And most of your documentation in Nutanix is written in English. But wouldn't it be nice that when you put your documents inside your storage servers, they could be automatically translated to different languages? Wouldn't it be nice that you don't have to take action on it, but a content creator just submits it once? Can we do it?
Absolutely. We can do everything. So we have a translation agent, which we're going to look at. We've chosen 3 geographies. We're just partial to these geographies because we understand the translation, but no other bias there. I'm going to show a demo where we're going to upload a document in English, and we're going to see it magically appear in the other languages. So I'm going to show you the document as well.
OK. Very interesting license for your NAI.
It is the Nutanix Enterprise AI license document, because we want to make sure everybody's read it. And what's happening now is we're going to look at it in Hindi and see what the document looks like.
Wow. Can you read it?
Yes, I have 12 years of training, so
Awesome.
it is legitimate. But we don't want to just do Hindi, because nobody trusts it if you do it just once.
Oh, we need to get it verified by Thomas.
Yes. This is to
Imagine
keep Thomas happy.
your storage system doing automatic translation of every document that you put in. But it can do even more. Like, what about if we were to do things like checking for compliance? And in every company, and we go through this all the time, content creation and legal is always in like a friendly conflict. With content creation, you want to go very fast. But legal needs to make sure that you're accurate, that risk mitigation is taken care of. Now, what if your storage system, every time you insert a content, it could do some pre-compliance check? Just like you do lint for coding, before it goes to the lawyers, the content creator can do a pre-check themselves. Wouldn't it be nice if the storage system itself could do it? Can you show us some of these examples?
Absolutely. So this is our object viewer. And what we're going to do is we're going to have somebody from marketing. And since we have nobody from marketing here, I'm going to act as that person. We're going to add a video into the video store object store bucket. And the agent behind the scenes is going to work on it and classify it as compliant or non-compliant. But it is a lot more interesting, so we'll talk through it as we go through the demo. So we'll start by uploading a demo video. And I want to show you a little bit behind the scenes over here. This is the vector database. So
But
I just added
how did you get this is creating vectors out of video or after transcription?
Yeah, so basically, we uploaded the video into the bucket that got transcribed. And then it got vectorized using embedding models that run on Nutanix Enterprise AI. And then it's visible in the vector database now to be used by the large language model to do semantic search.
So you can create an entire workflow inside NUS, where you can actually create transcription as well as compliance check in the same storage servers.
Absolutely. And now we need to go and see what happened, because we uploaded that object store video. I have an email. So I have an email which tells me that it's a compliance check report, and it tells me it's non-compliant. But thankfully, it's a self-check, so only I know about it.
Okay.
And it's sending me the video snippet that is non-compliant, which is, I think, useful, because we can listen to the snippet.
So you can create endpoints that will offer you the fastest performance and the safest AI ever.
Wow, bold. But we'll get there.
Yes, so definitely not cleared by legal, or will not be. And the good thing is the model is now telling us the reasoning behind the decision, right?
Awesome.
So it's basically telling us the transcript, what policy we violated. By the way, the vector DB that I showed you all also has the policy documents vectorized. So it's able to search and find the violation. But
does it do more explanations?
Yes.
OK.
So we can actually chat with the agent in context of that email. So when we ask it to explain, and by the way, I use the please, and if anybody wants to talk more about it, you can talk to me offline. There is a long story behind it. But it also tells us mitigation steps.
Wow, that's amazing. So how did you do this? What's behind the scenes here?
So we spoke about reasoning. So we got a very detailed reasoning out of it. And that's powered by the Nemotron model that's running on NAI. And it's an NVIDIA NIM. You're going to hear more about it, so please stay tuned in .next. But this is basically the model endpoint, which is serving up the reasoning part of what we actually witnessed right now.
And can you show us what NAI is doing in this?
Yes. So for all the demos that we saw today, the endpoints are basically on NAI, and they are shared endpoints. So we didn't bring up separate LLM endpoints for each of the demos. So you can basically see we have an embedding model, a re-ranker model. We have the latest and greatest in terms of the reasoning model with the Nemotron. We have the LLaMA 4. So we have these set of models, but all of these were shared by the different demos that we did. And on the right side, we do have to keep the IT administrators in mind. So they do want to see who did what. And for that, we have unique keys for each of the applications.
Awesome. Did that playbook fire? We've been using that PG vector for some time, right?
Yes, that's true. We should check on it. So let me ask about the PG vector VM. And you're right, there is an alert which basically said that the utilization was high, and looks like something happened. Oh, so the alert fired, and then a CPU was added automatically, and we didn't even notice it.
Wow. So as you see, agents are now going to take actions on anomalies on your environment. We're really entering the world of autonomous data centers. So thank you so much, Ashwini.
Thank you, Manu.
Yep.
So how do you like the demos?
I love the demos. It's all new, right?
Thanks, Lee.
It's so much new technology coming, right? And the idea that we're working together, right, to make this accessible, production grade, right? In part with our partnership with NVIDIA, of course, right? Super exciting. So, what's next?
So as I was mentioning, right, 2024 was all about managing models. 2025 is allowing us to enable agents using these models. And I think what is coming in the future is managing agents themselves.
Yeah.
Because agents need exactly the same sort of security that every personnel in your company is working, because it is going to take action on your behalf. Right. It needs to have AD credentials, role credentials. It needs to be like part of the enterprise workforce. And it is not just going to work with your tools. It's going to work with each other. So we need to make sure that they can communicate and they can work with the enterprise tool set effectively. So that's what we are really looking for in the years ahead.
Terrific. Mano, thank you so much.
Thank you, Lee.